afternoon everyone, my name is Liam Neild and this is the MU Review, the place where I talk all things Manchester United in the world of football, and today I am back to review a fantastic victory in the Premier League for the Red Devils, 4-1 at Old Trafford over last season's champions Leicester City. Yes, it's been a bit of a bonkers year in 2016, Donald Trump's going to be president, Leicester have won the Premier League, but one thing that is back to normal, Manchester United winning matches. And you know, after last week I expressed my concerns, but I definitely emphasised that we shouldn't panic, and I think I've been vindicated. I was definitely going into this game a little bit concerned, you know, even though we did get the win at Northampton. This was our first Premier League game after losing 2 on the bounce, and we responded in some style. We were 4-0 up at half-time, which was just better than could have possibly been expected. A little bit disappointed we didn't kick on in the second half, but the points were already won. I'm going to give the guys the benefit of the doubt on that. All in all, it was a very, very good performance, but you have to look at it piece by piece. I'm not going to deny the first 15 minutes it looked like a bit more of the same from last week, to be honest. Very slow, very pedestrian, and Leicester seems to be creating the better chances, so I was definitely worried for the early stages of the match, but we really kicked it into gear and we benefited from Leicester's really shocking man marking from corners. You know, I don't know if we are just more of a threat from corners and set plays now because we've got more height in the team. That was one thing in the Louis van Gaal era that he kept pointing out as to why he was starting Marouane Fellaini, is because we lacked height in other areas. We definitely don't lack height anymore with Ibrahimovic, Pogba and Eric Bailly all playing regularly in the first team, and we absolutely dominated in the air today against a team, you know, with the centre-backs of Wes Morgan and Robert Huth. You know, dominating in the air is not easy. The first goal from Chris Smalling to Chris Smaldini, as some of us call Mike Smaldini, you know, he's got many aliases, and that really got us going. You know, after that we really started to attack a bit more freely. I mean, Jose Mourinho seemed to revert a little bit back to the 4-2-3-1, but he did something a bit different with it. Instead of partnering Pogba with Fellaini or Carrick, he partnered him with Herrera, someone who's going to give him that work ethic that he needs, and I was very pleased to see Herrera start. I think he earned a start in the Premier League after some good performances in the Cup and in the Europa League. But that being said, Juan Mata being recalled at number 10 ahead of Wayne Rooney was really the surprise. I did have a feeling that Rooney was going to be dropped, but I didn't think that it would be Mata who benefited from that. I thought maybe Michael Carrick would come in and form the base of a midfield 3. But with that being said, maybe that's the kind of thing that we should do in bigger games, you know, against teams. You know, obviously we were playing the champions of England, but Leicester City's bubble seems to have burst a little bit, and they definitely seem to be parachuting as best they can out of dreamland at the moment. But when we go into games against teams that are going to potentially sit back, try and soak up pressure and hit us on the counter like Leicester do, it's probably better for us to go at them and to have the 4-2-3-1, have Pogba and Herrera. Herrera can do all the legwork, Pogba can just get forward and have the license to kind of get up and interact with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which he was doing a lot of in the game today. And that gives us a little bit more fluidity moving forward, and having a player like Juan Mata who's in there to pick the lock and find that final pass really solves a problem that we've been having, you know, for a few years now, and for the last couple of games under Mourinho as well. Rashford started again, very pleased to see him start. He seems to score every time he starts, and I don't think you can drop him until he stops doing that. So he's going to carry on playing, even though he's not necessarily in his natural position. You know, you can't expect him to start over Ibrahimovic, but you can definitely play him alongside Ibrahimovic to great effect. And then along the left-hand side today, obviously in the absence of a player like Anthony Martial, who offers a little bit of the same sort of thing that you get from Marcus Rashford. I sort of forget who we had playing out there. That's a bit anonymous. That's probably just a brain fart on my end. I'm probably just missing a key ingredient to that, but I'm sure I'll get corrected by one of the 5 people who watch this video. Regardless, we played extremely well as the game went on in the first half. Daley Bling's deliveries from corners were good, and we scored 3 goals from set pieces. That can't be overlooked. You know, Rashford and Pogba both got on the score sheet. But my favourite goal was the Juan Mata goal, because like I said, he picks that lock, he found the ball in, and he followed his run, he kept his run going. A couple of neat flicks later, he's in the box, and delightful finish, 4-0 up against the champions. Nathan Dyer hit an absolute thundercunt in the second half, so we can't really do much about that as far as a clean sheet goes. But all in all, a return to winning ways is exactly what we needed. We're back in the hunt. We need consistency now, because teams like Man City are not going to drop points a lot this season. You know, if we're going to make up a 6-point gap that we've already dug ourselves into, we're going to have to just start matching them blow for blow, and that means beating everybody that is put in front of us. And I do think we're capable of that. We do have we have Stoke at home next week, which I think is a good fixture to have. I think they're still bottom of the league. So hopefully we can get ourselves on a roll going into what will be a absolutely crucial match against Liverpool at Anfield. I think we also play Chelsea at the end of October at Stamford Bridge, so we're really going to test our title credentials in the next few weeks. My man of the match today was Juan Mata. I thought his introduction was a bit of a surprise, but a very pleasant one. He showed us exactly what he can do when he's fully fit and on form, and all rumours of a rift between him and Mourinho seem to be balked at this point. And I'm very happy to see Happy Juan making the Stretford End and the Manchester United fans happy once again, because he is a top bloke and a top footballer, and I'm happy to have him in our team. But all in all, I think everybody played well today. I thought Eric Bailly had Jamie Vardy absolutely in his back pocket, which I thought was, just saying something for a guy who's, having a movie made about him because he's that good. And then Chris Smalling once again obviously scored his goal, and really I don't have any individual performances to critique them. All in all, I'm just very, very happy with the way things have gone. We've got a couple of home games coming up, which, like I said, will help us establish some momentum. We're playing, I think their name is I've got it written on my calendar here. Zoria Luhansk. Never heard of it. It sounds like it's in the middle of a war zone. Thankfully, we're playing at home this time. Obviously, visiting wherever the fuck that is going to be a real interesting one in the return leg. But then we get Stoke again on Sunday. Once again, a 7 o'clock kickoff for us here in the States. I want to blow my brains out. It's going to be about 5 in a row now, but it's okay. Who needs sleep when you've got Jose Mourinho and Paul Pogba and Manchester United playing well? Very pleased with this result, and hopefully we kick on from here. Thank you for watching.